Hello, beautiful souls. Dale Allen Hoffman, ancient Aramaic wisdom keeper. We've all heard that phrase about the end of the world. I am with you always, Matthew 28:20 from Jesus. I am with you always, even unto the end of the world, unto the end of the age, unto the end of all of the days, even for all of the days. So many different ways you can translate that. Let's look at it in Aramaic, though. Eina yamkun eina, kulhun yalmata, edama lishulame deyalma. Amen. Amen, you should know. Of course, we mispronounce it in the U.S. We say amen or amen, which is just a mispronunciation. It would be amen or amin in Aramaic. Let's look at those words a little here. Eina yamkun eina. Okay. Eina in Aramaic means I. That's nice. Eina. Or Anna. It actually, when you see it in Aramaic, alap nun alap, it actually looks like, it actually spells out Anna. But for whatever reason, we pronounce it Eina, and that's just what we're going to go. Or even Ina, I've heard it pronounced as. If you've ever been all over the U.S., you've heard pronunciations of all kinds of crazy things just in English alone. So, Ina yamkun. Now, what does imkun mean? Eina yamkun eina. Eina means I. Yamkun means fused with, united with. Technically, it means fused with, united with. You can almost say tribe, community, people, everybody. So I am united with everybody. But the interesting thing here is there's another I there. It's not I am just that flippant way that we throw it out there that, you know, I am with you always. But there's actually two levels of I's. I am one with, united with everyone, with all of you, and the I. What does that mean? If you don't know what that means, then it's okay, give it time. If you've ever had the experience in meditation, if you've ever had the experience, great ecstatic experiences, maybe with music, maybe with art, maybe in childbirth, maybe not your own childbirth, you might not remember that, but the birth of one of your own children, you'd know what that means. The I within the I, the witness, the watcher. So I am one with all of you, and the I. Kulhun is a word that means all, always, entirely, wholly, fully. Yalmata is a word that means a moment in time. It's funny because people just say day or whatever. There's different ways. There's no word for day, week, month, year, or moment in Aramaic. The word is yalmata, yalma, yalmana, which all have slightly differently clarified meanings, but yalmata means essentially moment. There's no word that means specifically day. So you can just pick. You can say, you know, all of the days, all of the weeks, all of the years, all of time, whatever you want to say, okay? And then there's a really interesting word here. It's edama. Edama is a word that means, funny because the root sound of this dama is essentially the word blood in Aramaic. It means essence. It means anticipation. Maybe the master's driving up into the driveway, or the dog knows he comes home at this time every day. So he gets that anticipation. It means in anticipation of, that excitement almost, awaiting, to seeking that connection. The next word is lishulame. I'm going to review these. Shulame specifically, which means the ceasing of the identification with something. You could say completion, the end of, the fullness, the realization, the recognition. Think about that. The recognition of what? The world. The ceasing of your identification of the recognition of Alma. Yalma. Now, Yalma is an interesting word in Aramaic. If you watch, as an example, it's any standard translation of the Bible is just going to give you end of time or end of the world, and all could work. The Zeitgeist movie made it as simple as the end of the age, made it astrological as if it was that simple, but it's not, of course. The Greek word would be aeon, which is essentially the same meaning as the Aramaic here, which isn't very common. The Sanskrit word kalpa that you would know of. So what does that actually mean? Yalma could be time, it could be world. There's so many different ways. Time without end, gathering, conceptions, awareness, perceptions of time, eternity. It's essentially the rise and fall of time. It's the ebb and flow of time of the world. So the ceasing of your conception of time, of world. Now remember, Yeshua said you cannot serve both God and mammon. What's mammon? We're told it means money, right? Not exactly. Money could be an example of mammon. It would actually be the word kespa is money in Aramaic. But more specifically, what mammon means is the belief in materiality. It's believing that the nature of what your brain is telling you, the world, the physicality of everything around you is somehow real. But of course, if you've ever had deep states of transcendence, you know that there's nothing real about what's going on between your ears. Are we real? Maybe we're just watching that. I always bring in Yogananda to become the ever-joyous witness of a stupendous cosmic drama, to transfer our sense of identity from the pseudo-soul or ego back to the true inherent nature of our divinity. And again, to become the ever-joyous witness of a stupendous cosmic drama. The drama is not what's real. What's real is what's watching. So let's go back to the beginning of the phrase. Are we really going to have an end of the world? Let me just say this actually really quick before I go back to the beginning here, in a very literal sense. If you're afraid of the end of the world, don't worry about it, because nothing that is happening to you on the physical level is doing anything to your eternal nature. You are literally love itself. Doesn't matter if you call it him or her, because it has nothing to do with sex. And it's not even androgynous, because it's not even in the realm of that even applying. Okay, you've had those experiences, deep dream state experiences, deep love experiences, where you realize all that stuff is nothing but junk happening in the movie, on the screen, okay? The deeper part of you, that eternal love, essence, light nature of who you are, is absolutely untouched. Totally. So all the COVID-19 and you're afraid of somehow all the people demonstrating in the streets. It's a funny thing, because if someone's going to demonstrate in the street because of the end of the world and they need weapons and guns, and I am not in any way, shape, or form saying that, you know, we need the right to bear arms, because I've seen what happens without that, regardless of how spiritual you think your community is. Without that, you can't take that away from the people. You know, it makes me think of, you know, what's the phrase, that the government should be afraid of the people, not vice versa. The people shouldn't be afraid of the government. So all I'm saying is this, because they're supposed to be serving us. If you got to walk around with a piece on you and a weapon to show how tough you are, what you're telling me is that you're just nothing but a bloody coward. And in the end, it's like, oh, well, Dale, let me stick it in your face then. You know what? I know who I am. There's nothing you can do to my body that's going to change my eternal nature. I think maybe that's why I was put in the not a position, but in this place of teaching and sharing these insights with other people. I'm not afraid of the end of the world, because I don't believe in it anyway. And I'm having fun with it. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it, just like going to a movie in a theater. But in the end, what I'm watching is not what's real. It's that which sees through me, which is that which sees you. That's what's real. That's what's real. Ena yamkun ena. I am one with all of you, and the I within the I, in all of our totality and the wholeness, fullness of each present moment, in the anticipation of the ceasing of your conception of time, of space, of the world of manifestation. When's the end of time? It's right now. It's not some future time. It's not some future thing. Find a way to get deep prayer, presence, meditation into your life. You need that more than anything right now. The people that are out here throwing pieces around and big rat-a-tat, beating on their chests and all of that kind of stuff, they're young souls. They haven't been around the block very many times. And that's fine, that's fine. We're going to guide them with love, not with more violence. And that's requires a lot more discipline and conscious presence than you may realize. We all chose to be here right now at this moment in time. We are literally the ones that we have been waiting for. We are the ones that are walking between the worlds. It's us. It's us. We are the generation of light. If that sounds, pansy, fluffy goof to you, then you know what? I don't care. I truly do not care. What I do care about is that even you, whoever you are, if you've got heavy judgments of love, if you've got judgments about any of it, it just tells me you don't know who you are. And bless your heart, we still love you exactly in whatever manifestation that you need to express that. Still love you. If you love this video, thumbs up. If you hate it and detest it, thumbs down. I do not care. I don't care. You watched it anyway. Post it somewhere and crucify me in your comments. I don't care about that either. All I care about is consistently rattling the cages of those who may be indoctrinated or conditioned so much that they don't even know who they are anymore. So bless your heart, I love you, and I dearly mean that. I love you dearly. I am one with all of you in the presence of the I within, in all of that totality and the anticipation of the ceasing of all of our concept of time-space world. Again, to become the ever-joyous witness of a stupendous cosmic drama. I love you so much. If you'd like to support this work, go to DaleAllenHoffman.com, click on the donate button. You can donate to the One Breath of Life Foundation, 501c3 not-for-profit entity. You can write that off on your taxes. It helps us take this work out to the world to start waking us up and keep people from bastardizing the teachings of Jesus and using them to judge others, keep people down, and turn fascism out in the name of religion. It's all garbage. It's time for us to wake up and love. I love you. Namaste. Amen. And so it is.